Whatever you do, I do all matters. Well, I don't know if I'm doing any man version because I don't have a leg that works. Alright. Good morning, everybody. It's time to get our stretch on. Well, at least for y'all to get your stretch on. I'll see what I can accomplish, but most of the demonstration you can see is from this one over here. You can see me to do it too. Alright, so we're going to go 20 side straddle hops, standing toes, warm up our legs. Go. Cool sauce. Alright, let's go a little bit of jog in place, warm up the legs a little bit more before we go hips and hams. Run in place, knees up. And relax. There we go. There's 30 seconds. So we got a little bit of blood going in. Let's go our first stretch. We're going to go wide out. We're going to crab. I'm just going to bend my knees. So it's actually the motion that hurts. But you want to use your forearms to try to push your knees out as far as you can. Okay, straighten them legs out, reach down on the middle. Over to one side. Go to the other side. And back in the middle, last time. Cool sauce, and relax. Alright, so we're gonna go back to hips, then back to hamstrings again. So for hips, once again, I'm not gonna actually do the exercise, but hopefully you understand what I'm talking about. Frog stretch. If you don't know what frog stretch is, you face sideways. Go as far as you can, but I posture up this way. So I'm not trying to sit back. I'm actually just trying to keep this in line and do the splits without my knees or without my feet, basically. Just imagine your legs got cut off, you're gonna try to do the splits from right there. All right, knees apart, frog stretch. I will attempt to show you lotus here in a second. But if I am not successful, Ms. Smith can definitely demonstrate. Okay, and relax. We're gonna go from there into your lotus stretch, which basically just rotates your hip in a different direction. So again, from here, what most mistakes here are is to try to put your chest down on the ground. And what I really want to do is try to put my belt buckle on the ground. So you keep your feet touching, stay as wide as you can stay in that butterfly position, but keep your feet touching. So most of the time I have to pull my knees in a little bit to get my feet to touch. And then you go forward, trying to get, once again, your belt buckle to the ground, out, nope, can't do it, while keeping your feet on the floor. So if you can get all the way flat, try to go up on your elbows and arch your back a little bit, and that'll put a little bit more pressure on your hip. Cool sauce. And relax. Slowly go back into your frog. This time you are going to try to sit backwards, but make sure your knees are as far as you can get them first. So however wide you can get your legs, push some things down until you feel like you're in full split and then sit backwards and then just chill there. If you're a kid, most of the time this position is comfortable. Maybe not comfortable, but easy. So you just want to stay in that position. You just want to sit there and relax for a second.
We go to my position, which is the monkey.
This is my position. Anything that affects the hip, still feel that strain. Nice.
What? Kale, what's going on?
Cool sauce, and relax. All right, let's go ahead back to hamstrings. Have a seat. We're gonna go legs straight out in front. Now, if you're super unflexible like I are, and just sitting here is a stretch, if you put your back up against a wall or something, it's going to help hold the position and relax. Because the more you relax, the easier it is for your muscles to get used to that position. The tighter you are, that's actually how you pull muscles. So that's why I always want to tell you guys not to jerk on the person you're stretching, because if they squeeze that muscle tight trying to stop you, they could injure themselves. So if I can put my back up against something, I can relax my leg a little bit, and then you guys will be able to just hold that position. The first one, is going to be just lean forward and touch your toes. Since Mr. Matthews is my partner, I'm going to push him back. Because I actually can lean forward in this position, but the next one I can't. Back to back, they face each other. All right, so now the only thing you're gonna do different is you're gonna take one foot and put it on top of your other foot. Notice I said foot, not on top of your leg. This ain't the same, not even close. You need your foot on top of your foot. So one foot on top of your other foot. This is easier to do if you have shoes on, by the way. Because I have unflexible toes. One of the reasons why I don't like ball of the foot round kicks. But this will make the stretch on the top leg much more intense. You still want to be leaning forward unless you're like me and not flexible enough to do so. Okay, let's go ahead and switch legs. Foot on top of foot. I'm still pushing Mr. Matthews Sr., but leaning back and having my foot up, I can still feel a slight stretch on my top leg. It definitely changes the whole dynamic of the stretch. And relax. Okay, back to both feet. Feet together, reach forward as far as you can. See if you've gone any further. Let's see if I doubt I can. I can touch one toe at a time. Can't get both of them. There was a time when I could grab my heels in this direction, but I have to stretch really long time. Due to too much injuries, my muscles are all knotted up. And relax. All right. There's your hips and your hamstrings. You want to do a little stretch? Okay, all right. So Mr. Matthews Sr. is going to do your next stretch. If there's extra time at the end of this, we'll go back and we'll do full split. But until then, we'll stretch out everything else. Go ahead, sir.
All right. So for those of you guys who are going to be with us later when we do the self-defense portions of all of this is something that's really important. And for you guys that are working at home, or that just work on computers in general, right? One of the biggest injuries that people experience at work is carpal tunnel injury, okay? So understanding the hand, the bones in the hand structure, the wrist structure, right? These are called phalanges up here. These are the metacarpals right here. And then right here, you have 8 bones that comprise the wrist, okay? And these bones are where people normally end up with a problem right here with the carpal, where the blood flow is restricted to the hand, okay? And what happens is your ligaments are all connected with through sleeves, and if those sleeves constrict, then they don't flow, and you can't bend your wrist. So, or it becomes painful. So what we need to do is practice relaxing our wrists a lot. So we start with some basics, up and downs. Up and down, up and down. For those of you guys that like to dance, right? A little bad dancing. Right? Get those hands moving. Hands together in prayer. Pull your elbows up as high as you can, keeping your palms together. Okay? Every stretch that I do is slow. There are no fast stretches. Do these slow. Okay? Go as far as you can and hold. You should feel pressure in your forearm. Okay? This is where you should feel most of the pressures up here. This is where the stretch is actually happening. Okay? So let that stretch happen. Okay? From here, rotate your hands all the way down underneath and try to lift them up higher. Okay? You should feel some stretching going through this portion of your wrist right here and through the back of your wrist right here. If you can feel both of those, you're doing well. Okay? Relax. Between each stretch, go ahead and relax the hand. Okay? We want to keep the blood flowing between each one. For this next one, I'm going to hold my hand all the way out, take my other hand, put it on top, wrap my fingers and thumb around the hand, and push down on it. Okay? What's really nice is when you push down on that and you feel it, you hear it pop. That's when you know that those bones are resetting themselves, ligaments are freeing themselves. Okay? If it pops, it's not a big deal. Usually feels really good after it pops. Okay? That's a restriction that you just let go. Okay? Some people worry when they, oh, you're cracking your knuckles, you're cracking your back, you're cracking your wrist, it's going to cause arthritis. No. What it's going to do is increase the blood flow to that area because there's a blockage. And what you just did was release that blockage. Okay? Go ahead and relax. Opposite hand now. Press down, push it all the way through. I like to hold these for about 30 seconds. There is a difference between real time and Mr. Matthews' time, as we all know. Okay. I saw something on Facebook this morning. It was really hilarious. It says a minute seems really long time unless Mr. Matthews is the one doing your timing. Because for whatever reason, I don't know what 30, 40 seconds is. 20 or 30 seconds to me, it seems like so quick. All right, then go ahead and relax. Again, between each exercise, roll those out, flap them up and down. Okay. For some of these that I like to do every day, because I've had so many wrist injuries, I'll take a bong-bongi or a piece of PVC piping or whatever, and I just practice winding it up. Okay, so we're just going to practice winding it up. This works really great on a towel. Okay, ring in the towel, ring out the towel, ring the towel. So for ring the towel, we can go both ways. Ring it both ways. Feel that blood flow coming through. Stretch, stretch, stretch. And every time I push down, notice I'm trying to get those knuckles to point straight at the ground. And when I come up the other way, I'm trying to push those knuckles straight up. Up, down, all the way through. Now relax. Again, keep that blood flowing all the way through. We've gone down, now it's time to go up. Oh, from here I'm just going to put one palm on top of the other and press backwards. Notice that I overlap my fingers. Okay? I'm not trying to put my palms together. I'm trying to overlap so I have a little bit more leverage, so that the ball of this hand, heel of this hand, is pressing against the top of the fingers, or base of the fingers on this side. Press, press, press. Stretch that all the way back. Press, press, press. And relax that one. Opposite side, same thing. Stretch, stretch, stretch. From here, we're going to go to the fingers. Okay, fingers are often overlooked, and these are the ones that I absolutely need. I'm putting my palms together all the way to the base of my fingers. and pull my palms apart this time, all the way at the fingers. Okay? Sometimes to make sure that I get all of my fingers, I'm going to roll my hand back and forth a little bit to make sure that I get all the way to my pinky and all the way to my index finger. This little piggy went to market. Stretch, stretch, stretch. This one here, I want you to hold as long as you can on it. When you release it, you should feel a little bit of discomfort with the base of the fingers where the stretch has been initiated the most. That's really what you want to get. You really want to make it, push it as far as it can go, and let that pressure just relax. Okay? It's almost impossible to break your own fingers unless you're on the right kind of drugs. So don't worry about injuring yourself on this drill. Okay, go ahead and relax. Like I said, you should feel that little pressure in your fingers as it relaxes. And as you roll your fingers here, you're going to start feeling that blood flow come all the way back in. All right, so now we come to our tap. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Back and forth, back and forth. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Do the opposite side. And we start getting musical. Go every other finger. 1, 2, back, middle, over. That one's fun. That one gets your mind really working. Okay, pull those fingers out, relax, shake those hands out again. So now we've done the fingers, we haven't done the thumbs yet. So let's work on the thumb. Hold your hands all the way out, grab a hold of that thumb, pull it all the way back. Right here, just like so. Like yourself goosenecking yourself. You're just stretching through it. Your thumb rotates in many different directions. So to do your stretches, you have to do many different stretches. Okay? So this first stretch is really simple. You're just going to make that thumb touch your forearm. Is that?
I know that pretty easy.
Yep, some people do it pretty easy. Some people it's a little bit more difficult. If you didn't do the wrist stretch before you started, for some people you might notice that it's the wrist not letting them get all the way through. That's why we do the wrists before we do the fingers. Okay, go ahead and relax. Opposite side. Press that one all the way down. The only time that you really have a problem with these is if you've had injuries where when they healed, that the scar tissue doesn't allow them to reach all the way back through. Okay? Scar tissue is one of those things that has to be broken up all the time. Scar tissue will continually grow back. So you're constantly shredding that area and making sure that you keep it stretched. So areas that you've injured in the past, you absolutely have to stretch constantly because you need to keep that blood flow going through those areas. Okay, go ahead and relax that. Okay, flex that out a little bit. Okay, so now we're going to bring that thumb all the way across my palm right here and press it all the way down. Okay. You can reach as far as you can with it here, but that's really not a stretch. I really want to stretch it, so I'm just going to reach over the other hand and push forward, like I'm squeezing my fingers together. Okay, I'm only squeezing the thumb. Don't worry about the upper part of your hand, just that thumb. We want to stretch that thumb all the way across. Okay, that stretch goes all the way back through here. This is what you're stretching. Okay, we're stretching that thumb all the way across. Go ahead and relax. Opposite thumb. Reach out, grab it, pull it all the way through. Let it stretch. Sometimes you won't feel that stretch. That's okay. Your body knows that you're stretching it. And if you don't feel it, that's probably a good thing. That means that you're pretty limber. You have pretty good blood flow going through your thumbs.
I don't feel it, so I'm chilling.
All right, and relax. How's those thumbs feel? Good? Okay, so from this position right here, just reach it and push it back. Push it back. And relax. Opposite thumb. Push it back. Push just the thumb, okay? You're not trying to push it back in again. Keeping it out and flexed, pushing it all the way back. We're stretching through the inside of the palm right through here now. Push it back. Push it back. Okay? This is where you find out who's double jointed. Because they've got that thing all the way laid down. And most other people, you're not going to have it there. That's okay.
Jim's joining us.
Who's that?
Jim.
And relax. All right. How's those fingers doing now? Pretty good, right? So I've flexed a little bit on my fingers, flexed a little bit on my thumbs, right? We pushed all the way down on my fingers. We pushed all the way back on my wrists, right? So we've gone through all of those different exercises all the way through. And this is just your basics. And so now we should be ready to go ahead and begin other drills, other exercises. All right, Mr. Matthews, we're ready for your next portion.
We're simply gonna hold our splits in the different, for front split we're gonna do a little bit different. We're gonna do middle split last. But we're just gonna get in positions that we can hold and just sit there. So we're gonna start with the half split. Or should I say y'all are gonna start with the half split. That's where you have one leg out and one leg back. I'm not even gonna pretend to try that right now. And lean towards the straight leg. So lean forward this time.
Why's it got to be straight?
You're gonna hold it for about 30 seconds. And then when we go for our split, we're simply gonna roll up onto our knee and try to push it a little further. And the main thing I'm trying to do when I get up on my knee is put the top of my back leg on the ground. So this leg I really don't pay too much attention to. I want the top of this leg on the ground. So when I get to a certain point, because you're kind of sideways, you gotta continually roll your hip over. All right, so everybody get up into your split.
Roll the hippo. We're gonna roll the hippo?
Yeah.
A lot of effort. Especially they start pooping.
Oh, speaking
Tail
of
starts to spin.
hippo, yeah, that was on Lucifer. No, I wasn't making a reference to anybody out there. All right, have a seat. Let's go back down. Let's go to our other side. The whatever leg you just did last. I was gonna say the right leg. For me, it's the right leg. It's the last leg I did straight up. I might actually be able to sit like this. This shouldn't affect this side too much. All right, lean towards your straight leg. Probably still won't be able to do splits on this side, but this stretch. Although this is the baddest side. This is like Trina song, the baddest hip. Congratulations to anybody that gets that reference. Okay, go up in the front split. What is that noise? From over here, it sounds like a puppy howling. Oh, okay, it's not too far off. So I don't know if I was hearing stuff. Once again, while you're in that full split, you're trying to roll that hip over and get that top of the leg to the ground. And relax. All right, so now for the middle split, we're simply going to go into our middle split into a fairly relaxed position for 30 seconds, and then you're going to go further after 30 seconds. Now, if you can't hold that position, maybe you got bad knees or whatever, and you can't stay up on your feet, do the straddle stretch. And then after 30 seconds, you try to scoot your feet further apart. But for most of my kids, you guys should be up in your stretch. So we're going to hold that for 30. I once thought I saw a hippopotamus, but he was just a normal one. And one of them was wearing skinny jeans as a hipster hippopotamus.
For those of you guys stuck at home like I have been for the last 4 weeks,
Go further. Yeah, 5 more hippo puns.
I've lost 6 pounds.
We'll find it, don't worry. There gotta be rest.
Speaking of hip thrusts, yeah. Somebody found those 6 pounds I lost.
Probably doing
I went back down, back
Okay,
to where I
nice.
was. But it's not because of exercise. I haven't been able to do anything. Other than a few pull-ups I did over there. And relax. There you go. All right. So it's important to be in a fairly comfortable position. It's far enough that I can feel the stretch. So don't let yourself wimp out. But if you feel like you're falling out of your stretch every 3 seconds, you're either being a wuss or most likely you're trying to go further than you're supposed to. You have to be able to hold whatever position you're in. So as soon as you start feeling the stretch, stop, sit there until you stop feeling the stretch and then go a little bit further. And when I say feeling the stretch, I mean I feel a little bit right here, I'm gonna stop. Not like, ow, I can go further. No, we'll wait to go further. We'll wait till this part gets comfortable, then we'll go further. And so you have to be able to hold this for a significant amount of time to generate any kind of flexibility, in a short time span. If you do a little bit every day, you're probably not going to really gain any flexibility. But if you do something like this once a week where you hold it for a significant amount of time, you're going to start to see your flexibility come up. Resistance exercises for stretching also works. Most of it requires special tools, so if you don't already have like the rubber bands and stuff, you won't be able to do them. But I highly suggest everybody look online and try to find different ways to do resistance stretching, as that will gain you the most amount of flexibility in the least amount of time, and it's as long as you're following the instructions, it's pretty safe. All
And
right.
for you guys that are doing this with, that you have knee injuries, that you can't do the bearing, the load bearing, being able to sit like this and stretch really helps. For those portions where you push, where we're talking about the resistance, put both hands behind you, pick a leg that's going to stay in place, and slide the other foot out and let it sit. You're going to feel that stretch really tight.
I'm impressed. I didn't know you could.
And let the muscles, they're going to twitch, they're going to shake, but let them go ahead and shake until they quit moving and they relax on their own, and then you can keep going further and further. You can accomplish the same with this sitting stretch as you can with that straddle stretch, for those of you guys with knee injuries. And that'll keep you from putting too much weight on those joints.
I just came up with so many things that cannot be said in the live stream. Y'all hear about it later. All right, that's it for me. On to self-defense.
Oh, we want to do self-defense?
I don't know what you guys are doing
I
today.
don't know what we're doing.
Okay, well that's it for the stretching portion.
We're going to do self-defense next.
On the live stream or
No.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. Do you want to do it on live stream?
I don't know.
These guys are gonna figure out what they're doing. I'm out, deuces.
What do we want to do?
So we got, how many, let's do 12 minutes worth of these.
You throw me?
Yep.
Want me to move across the pad?
Go get the pad.
Okay.
All right, so while we do all of that, so we practice our wrist movements and all of that. So before we begin the next portion, we're going to do a little bit of shoulder stretching. So go ahead and bring that elbow all the way up, stretch that shoulder all the way across.
Open or close?
Okay, open. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Opposite side. Split all the way across, stretch, stretch, stretch. And relax. Should feel pretty good right now. Now we're ready. Okay? By the way, for all my guys out there that are watching, the number one reason why guys end up with those micro tears in their shoulders when they get older is because they don't stretch enough in their shoulders. Make sure that you warm your shoulders up properly before you start throwing things. For little kids, before you start throwing a fit, make sure you go outside, practice falling down a lot, because your parents are going to knock you out. All right. So let's look at some basics. All right, so the basic one we're going to work on today is we're going to do 2 for fun. All right? So the first one is understanding a little bit of Aikido, understanding a little bit of body balance, and for all my brown and red black belts, brown, red, and red, black, understanding how to push the head down and rotate the shoulder. Once you understand that part of it, the rest of it becomes really easy. So we're going to stand up on top of our mat, right here. So you got to put one hand up on my shoulder. So this is just understanding a basic twist and turn. So from right here, I'm going to take my opposite hand and put it on that side of her neck with my thumb down and my palm up. We are here. From here, I'm going to grab that hand so that we can't rotate the shoulder. I'm going to bend her head forward. Notice that I still have her hand pushed up against the top of me here. I'm going to slide my thumb on the inside of her palm and push the hand, the shoulder forward. Okay? What happens is she can't stop herself. She has to rotate and turn. Okay? Kind of cool, right? So now we're going to do it from the opposite side so you can see what it looks like from the opposite side. So here's her hand on my shoulder here. I grab the hand right here. Okay? Normally I like to grab onto that wrist to lock it in place. Take this hand here, rotate my thumb down on the back of the head, push that head all the way down so I've got my thumb pressing against the pressure point. And from right here, rotate all the way forward and through. Okay? When you get to the advanced level of this, if I have any black belts watching, let's have a little bit of fun.
Oh, you do. Cassie and Riley are on. Oh, great.
All right, who we got?
Cassie and Riley.
Cassie and Riley. All right, Riley's going to love this one. All right. Cassie, you're going to hate me because Riley's going to want to try this on you. All right. So she reaches up, grabs a hold of that shoulder. From here, okay, we're going to reach up and grab a hold of that, grab a hold of that wrist. We go all the way back to this portion right here. And as I rotate, I'm going to keep my thumb all the way out here so I have the hand. So as I rotate her all the way down, I'm going to stand, make sure I have full control of this arm from right here. Cross my leg all the way over the top right here and lock that shoulder in place. From here, I can break the shoulder by twisting, either way, okay? From here, I can go ahead and fall backwards, rip the shoulder out of the socket. From here, I can take the wrist and go ahead and bend it straight backwards, cause a little bit of pain and discomfort, okay? But from right here, I have her really locked in place, okay? Notice that I have her palm turned straight up, so it's actually resting on the back, on the top of my knee, where her elbow is, and if I press on it right here, she feels a little pressure on that joint. Could be a little bit of pain and discomfort, okay? She should immediately go right for tap out from right here, okay? Because the minute you go right here, yeah, like I said, you feel this one really, really quick, all right? So let's do that one again so you can see how it works. All right, we're gonna go the opposite direction this time. Okay, so we grab from here, right here, we turn, we're gonna all the way down. Remember that palm's gonna be here, my leg is right here, cross all the way over, and twist, right here, so this side here is pressing backwards, the other side here, twist a little bit, you're right there. Kind of cool, kind of fun. So how does that play into brown and red belt self-defense? Okay, so for brown belt, for those guys that are doing self-defense number 2,
Decided.
decided, okay? Because for them, we start with the head grab, okay? There's the Hollywood headlock, which is this thing right here, which doesn't do anything at all, right? And then there's the real life version, okay? So for the real life version, if you remember your pressure point drill practices, right? We're gonna press against those two nerves right here, cause a little bit of pain and discomfort. We're gonna do it with our bicep and our forearm. I reach right here and I pull her all the way in. She should feel that instantly. So her first thought is breathe. She's gonna slide that first hand all the way up, find my thumb. Okay? She needs to break the lock. So she's gonna twist, break that thumb all the way out, step all the way across to keep my elbow straight. If she lets my elbow bend, it's a fight. So she's gonna push that down, push up here on this palm here. And remember in brown belt, upset palm heel. This is your upset palm heel. You want to push that pressure up on there and keep that straight. You want to make them arch their back. If their back ain't arched, you're not pressing. Okay, so press all the way up. Pressing up here. From right here, she's got to let go. Break heel strike twice. 1, 2. Okay? Doesn't matter if you hit with a back fist, your wrist, your forearm, whatever hits that nerve. Get your partner's attention. From here, she's going to go ahead and grab the back of the neck, like we said. She's going to push this hand all the way up and rotate this shoulder all the way out and around and push her partner down to the ground.
Try not to kill Mr. Matthew Sr.
Piece of cake, right? All right.
You left a sweaty spot.
Sorry. For the red belt. For red belt, this one's a little bit more fun. This is grab with a punch. Okay? So the first thing I want you to remember, the first thing I always, all right? Everybody's like, okay, how do I block this? Block? Why are we blocking? All right? Nobody walks up to you and goes, and waits for you to get ready, right? It's not going to happen.
Unless you're in a movie, but.
All right? Unless you're in a movie, right? And then in which case you get to block it, because they're going to throw the widest punch in the world. You're going to block it, punch them in the stomach.
Go Spider-Man.
All right?
Go Spider-Man it.
All right, so real life is the minute somebody grabs you in any kind of angry way, you already know that you absolutely need to take care of your defense. So the first thing I always tell people is don't try to time the block. Block your head. Block your head. If you pull that elbow up as high as you can, the best they can do is hit the outside of your arm. You're going to hit the outside of your arm, and that's it. That's the best they can do from right there. Piece of cake, yes? All right, so she grabs, boom. So we already know she's coming, so I'm here. Notice that I turn my head in that direction. Wait for the strike. The strike hits. From right here, I'm going to reach all the way out. Now, if you're really close, as you should be, it's going to be an elbow to the brachial plexus. That's going to cause a little sting. Okay? If you're a little farther away, no problem. I'm going to strike with a forearm. If you're striking with the back of your hand or your wrist, you're way too far away. Okay? You need it to twist and move into your technique. Okay? So again, the second she grabs, we're here, boom, she punches, she's going to hit that arm. I'm going to use it, reach up, strike. Right here, I'm going to push down. Notice that we went right back to that thing that we practiced earlier, pushing that head all the way down. I have her palm here, I it away from her, okay? And I just twist that palm all the way out and take her straight to the ground. Piece of cake, right? So that's the throw portion. But because we are martial artists, we don't let anything go easily. Red belts, this is the second part of this. She grabs, we block, we strike here, knee strike to the stomach, deflate all the air out of her. Okay? So now that makes this push down a lot easier. Now when I do this one here, we're going to go really fast. And try not to fall on her.
Please don't. I don't want to die.
Ta-da. All right.
I knew this was going to kill me one day. I just didn't think it'd be the day.
Now for the red-black version. We're going to do that on solid floor. All right, red-black belts. This is your version. Okay, so for the red-black, same thing, right? Somebody grabs. We're not even waiting for this time. The second that she grabs right here, we're just bringing it straight across. There's my strike. My strike comes straight out, boom. I don't care what she's doing with that other hand. All right? We're moving our body away from her. We're going right here. I have this hand all the way right here. From here, turn that hand all the way over. Boom. Knee strike to the body. Look how close I am right here, right now. We are close. From here, I'm going to step my right hip next to her right hip. Here. From right here, notice that my elbow's out right here. I'm just going to twist my upper body and my elbow and rotate her all the way over my knee. Kind of cool. I'm going to do it from the other side so you can see it.
Sure? Or am I going to go that way?
You're going that way.
Go that way? Okay.
All right. So she grabs. Okay. Like I said, we're not waiting for this punch.
It's the same thing, right?
The second she grabs, I'm just going to go straight to the side.
It's
Boom.
pretty much the same thing.
Here. Knee strike
Nope,
right
you're not
there.
that way.
I'm going to step all the way behind, put my hip up against hers right here. Okay. Elbow, elbow, elbow. Right here. All the way to the ground. Because I keep keep holding this wrist, I can kneel down right next to her, listening position, and finish with a beautiful punch. All right. Since we did the wrist exercise, let's look at purple self-defense. Purple self-defense number 2 is one of my faves. All right. I like to call this one, look at my shoes. Same as the same with the green belt. Okay, they're going to reach up and grab you. Okay. Again, am I in trouble if somebody grabs me? Absolutely. Right. So for self-defense number 2 for purple, right? We start with that palm heel. Ooh, it's got to hurt. Really bad, right? So we got a jugular notch right here. I'm not worried about that punch. The second I put my finger right here, go ahead and punch me. Reach, reach, reach. Yeah, the second she goes to reach from here, she ain't hitting me at all, right? The harder she swings, the more that hurts.
Yeah.
Palm heel to the nose, boom. Makes the eyes water, nose run. It's beautiful, right? From here, I'm going to hold on to this hand. This hand now belongs to me. Put both my thumbs on the back of her hand. If she grabbed on originally, I'm going to twist her hand inside my clothes so that she can't let go. I'm holding on right here. And from right here, I look straight down and bend my back. Make sure you bend your back. We're going to bow. Say, hey, did you see my shoes? gonna go down. It's really cool. You can do it as many times as you like,
Get my squat workout, guys.
because until she ain't letting go, all right? Now for the advanced version of this one, when I step down, I'm gonna move this foot forward here, step forward, and cause the wrist to twist out, okay? So I'm gonna move close so you can see it.
Great.
Close. We're close. Grab. So we're here, right? From here, notice that as I step forward, I'm going to turn. Okay? So this elbow stays in close, tight to me. This elbow is going to come all the way out. You'll notice that as I keep this in tight to me and I turn my chest, it automatically makes the wrist muscle bones turn. And there's nothing she can do except for go onto her back. All right, piece of cake. Now the green belt version. Green belt version is a little bit more fun. All right, so far I've been having all the fun. Ms. Spence has had none. All
I'm
right,
just here, guys.
two-hand grab. Okay, we're gonna reach all the way across. Grab the other hand. Okay, doesn't matter which hand you grab, but we're gonna grab. My top of my thumb goes against her wrist. We're just gonna turn and keep that elbow locked. Okay. So from right here, I'm gonna bring all the way across. This is where green belts have a problem. They keep the elbow up. Remember, once I go here, I want to make them elbows bend down. Release all of her pressure that she has on it. Now from right here, I'm going to take this hand and point at the grab.
Glasses.
And make sure glasses fly off, everything.
Okay. I'm chilling.
And then pile driver. Bring me that chair. Okay. So again, the grab, two-hand, I'm going to grab you this time. Two-hand grab right here, right? She's going to reach over, grab the wrist, bend the arm all the way down, take the other hand, reach all the way up and over. Make sure it's up and over. And if you let go with the wrist, keep going, keep going. If you don't hold on to this wrist and you let it go, reach over. Okay? You let it go, then this hand comes free. Now we have this one, where we go back the other way. All right? So make sure when you grab on that you push down, hold on tight, twist that in. The better you lock that, the better you can practice. Okay? These are things you can practice on your parents at home. Okay? Not so good on the dog.
Oh, please don't hurt the puppies.
Okay? If you're in the forest and a wolf jumps you, put both paws up here.
That's
okay?
how you die.
Okay? The second they get up here, we go
Don't
here.
hurt the wolf. That's how you die. Accept your fate.
So now I got a bunch of little kids thinking, okay, if the wolf grabs me. All right. Time to begin our regular training. So we have some other fun stuff that we're going to do for the rest of the day. But we did want to make sure that we got a chance to show off some self-defense fun stuff. And for Ms. Smith to practice on the pads. So from us here at Team Matthews, we wish you guys a great afternoon. And look forward to training with you guys again soon. Bye.